Okay, welcome back to the show. Our guest today is Mr. Mike Smith. He's the owner of the Body Specialist Fitness Group, and he himself is the Body Specialist. And they have a gym that's out in Shenandoah, Texas, which is very close to the Woodlands. And if you're in that area and you want to give them a call and go by and see their operation, you can do so by calling 281-465-0007. Again, the number to the Body Specialist is 281-465-0007. Now, you know, Mike, we talked about that trinity, mind, body, and spirit. Now, tell me how that factors into fitness and training and such.
Okay, well, and that's one of the biggest differences in our facilities. It's like the atmosphere. We always create a very positive energy in the atmosphere. And if you have a positive energy, people seems to respond better.
Okay.
And when they respond better, they get more confidence in the program and in themselves. And so they seem to work harder. And so we try to teach them a balance. And in that, we try to keep them on focusing on positive energy. You know, and if you focus in on positive energy, that'll help you focus in on your inner strength and through your mind, spirit, and then your body will always follow. If your mind and spirit is strong, then your body will be strong.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, Mike, I have to ask you a question. This is kind of a sidebar question, but how do you come from being a military trainer out into the civilian world and be able to tell the difference when somebody who is, you know, whining about, hey, this hurts or that hurts, and somebody who really is having some pain? I mean, you know what I mean? How can you tell the difference and maybe gauge how somebody should be training?
Well, for me, it's an experience.
Okay.
I've been doing it for 20 years, almost 20 years.
Sure.
And so it's experience. And so you just ask key questions. You know, if the pain that they're feeling, if it's more of a burn, or if it's more of a pinch, or if it's a burn, and you know the difference between an injury or they just whining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And a lot of times they just whining.
Yep.
So evidently you worked out with me then.
And so, you know, so experience helps us with that, you know.
Yeah, because I guess somebody in some real pain, they would have some more physical kinds of
Limitations.
symptoms.
And they'll have more limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and so that's how.
Okay.
Now, you have, did you say 11 trainers that work with you?
13.
13 trainers.
Yes.
So do you hand train each of these individuals so that they adopt your principles?
Yes.
Interesting.
So you're teaching them your system.
My system, yes,
Wow.
exactly right.
So you have to have a great staff. I mean, how many people visit your gymnasium a day or a week? How many people are you working with?
We're working with over 300 clients.
And there's no way you can do all that yourself.
That's
So
right.
I know you have to have a good
So
staff.
I have to have a good staff. And like I said, I train them exactly the way, and so they have to go through training with me
Okay.
before they can train anyone.
Is that right?
Yeah. So they just don't come here and read a book and
Take a test.
so you're a trainer. No, they have to go through it with me. And I make every one of my trainers into one fitness competition so that they'll know what it takes to get there. And
Wow.
they'll know how to push people and how to use positive energy and positive feedback to actually help them reach their goal. Because if you've been through it, then you can teach somebody else how to do it. But if you've never been through it, it's kind of hard to teach them how to do it.
You know, Irv, you're a military man.
Yep.
And although I've never been to the military, everyone in my family, I got a brother who's a major in the
Right.
United States Army. And
Right.
there's no positive energy when they're talking to those guys about working.
Well, it's not positive. That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. How'd you make that jump?
Right,
Because
right.
I remember when I was at Reese Air Force Base, and I was 82nd.
Yeah.
Okay, and I remember
Airborne.
being 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I was in the fat farm. And the guy comes up and he says, do you want to go to the infirmary? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, I mean, you always last. You always last, and I can't understand why you always last, so, you must be sick. And I was like, no, I'm not sick. Well, 2 days later, the instructor comes out and he says, you last again. And I said, yeah, I'm last again. He said, well, I finally figured it out. He said, you're just sorry. And that's not very
That's not
positive.
positive.
That's not positive at all.
That's more kicking the butt in.
Yeah. He said you're just sorry. He said, but you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll send you home.
Yeah, that was a hard transition for me too.
See, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, that was a real hard transition. Because when I first started training like civilians compared to military,
Right.
oh yeah, they didn't like me.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's fine and dandy. But if you want to earn a living in this business,
Yeah.
you got to learn how to, push them, but keep them.
Yeah.
You push them away.
Yeah, don't push them out the door.
But you know what? I gotta say this, Mike. My thing is that if you don't push them to get the results that they claim that they want, they're gonna say that you failed them.
That's exactly right.
So
it's a fine line.
It's a very fine line. So I don't know that I'd want to do what you do, because your result as a trainer really depends on how well this person sticks to the regime. Do they stay with their diet? Do they come to training?
Yeah.
Are they mentally prepared, physically prepared?
Yeah.
And if they don't do those things, well, the first thing they'll say is, well, I had this trainer. He just didn't do that much for me. No, you were eating tacos last night. What are you talking about? So, but I can see that you have to push. You have to push to get them there.
That's right. And you have to keep that positive image. You have to let them know that they can. Because you have some people that really have food addictions, and they don't think they can do it. But the body will, if you follow a regimen for a couple weeks, your body will adapt.
So you can retrain yourself.
Yes, right.
So you don't have to have those chips every day,
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Mike, how can you tell when somebody has a food addiction? Do they literally have withdrawals like a person on drugs or something? Or?
Well, I call them closet eaters.
Closet eaters.
Yeah, they'll eat their healthy meal in front of you, and then they'll go into the closet and they'll eat something else. And so that's what really makes us different from most places, because we have such experienced trainer. I can look at you and tell when you've eaten bad.
Wow.
And they say, I think
Just because they look guilty, or what?
Well, no, because your body
You're
swells
holding
in
water,
certain places,
yeah.
you hold water.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're working out, if they get tired real quick, they've had something sweet. So that's really what makes us different from any other facility.
Well, with the number of years that you've been doing this, I mean, that's scary,
It's
for somebody
scary.
like me, because I know that if I binge, you're going to be able to tell, especially if I'm not hitting my goals, and
Exactly
all of a sudden I'm losing weight and I'm getting really good, and like you say, I come in and I'm a little bloated because I've been eating crawfish all weekend or something. So
I can relate to that though, Mike. I'm in finance. I'm not in fitness. I'm in finance,
Yeah.
but I can smell a rat.
That's right.
Because I've been in it a long time, and I can
Exactly
tell
right,
when this
yeah.
thing does not look right.
But they love when I call them out.
No.
well, yeah,
They
absolutely.
know that they can't just pull the wool over my eyes.
I'm going to tell you this: everybody want discipline.
Yeah,
They
that's
do.
exactly right.
Even when we sort of get outside of it, we still want that discipline.
Well, because there's some accountability that comes with
Yeah.
it, and that's important.
And my clients, they tell that whenever someone new comes in, they say, "Hey, Mike, he'll tell you the truth. So if he tell you something, it's he's not sugarcoating it.
Absolutely.
So if you're doing it wrong, he's gonna tell you that too.
Well, I tell you what, if you guys want to get more information on Mike, you can go to his Facebook page, and you do that by going to www.facebook.com/The Body Specialist Group, and the is spelled THA, The Body Specialist Group. Now, you guys do seminars as well. Tell me a little bit about your seminars, and tell me, how does someone sort of partake in that? Do I need to be a client of yours before I'm eligible to come in?
No, you don't have to be a client. We have a meetup group,
Okay.
meetup.com, and you can go on there and become like a member, and you get a lot of the information. As a matter of fact, we have a seminar coming up Wednesday the 22nd.
Okay.
And it's about eating your way to losing weight.
Really?
Yeah, so you can eat more and lose weight.
So you can eat your way down.
Eat your way down. That's exactly.
I like that. See, because I ate my way up here. I think I can eat my way
Eat
down.
your way down.
I like that. See, that's American right there,
That's
man.
a
Thank you,
concept
Mike.
that works.
That's American. That's the American way, man. If you ate your way up to 500 pounds, eat your way down to 100 pounds.
And we have some stuff on Facebook right now on our Facebook page that we already started talking about, and so they can go on our Facebook and also look
And get more information.
on
And
that.
again, that seminar is March 22nd on a Wednesday.
Yes, at 7 p.m.
20th.
No, March 20th. March 20th. Okay, and if you want more information, you can go to Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/The Body Specialist Group, and the is spelled THA, The Body Specialist Group. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the business of fitness. It's one thing to be in the fitness business from the aspect of working people out, but now you're a businessman. You have things that you have to accomplish in terms of paying employees, managing overhead, getting equipment in. So you're no different than anybody else who is running their own business. You have those same pains, if you will. One of the things I want to know: the fitness business is not a cheap business to get into.
No, it's not.
So how did you raise the money? Everybody wants to know, when a person has a thriving business, how did you get the money? How did you get started?
Well, for me, I did it the old-fashioned way. I bought everything piece by piece.
So you didn't go in and buy 3,000 square foot worth of workout equipment.
I built my business as I grew. And now the business has literally outgrown me. I mean, I've had people I have to turn down.
Is that right?
And so that's why right now I have Dr. Harris helping me with my marketing and schemes of coming up with ways to be able to help everyone.
Certainly.
Yeah, because the business is, what you was talking about at the beginning of the segment, I mean, it's growing like because of the results.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we have people that come in and lose 22 pounds in 3 weeks, all natural, without drugs, without surgery, so when you get results like that, people want to stay.
And who better to send out as part of your marketing team as someone who's had that type of result with you?
That is absolutely true.
Now, when we come back from the break, Irv, I'd like to get more into the business aspect of how you use that same discipline that went into building this magnificent body of yours into building a business, not having $1 million to get started.
Okay.
Right, because a lot of people that are listening to this show have had that issue, and so you could be a bootstrapper's inspiration. That's for sure.
Okay.
Folks, you're listening to Small Business Today with Cruz and Hughs. It's brought to you by SalesNexus.com. SalesNexus offers the best in web-based customer relationship management systems. You can sign up today for a free trial copy of SalesNexus by visiting SalesNexus.com or give them a call today at 888-267-3589. Stay with us, folks. More in a moment, right after this.